This is the plaintiff, Christopher Tardew. He says he loaned his car to the defendant, who let his son drive it, and the kid crashed it and totaled it. The defendant said don't worry because he would pay for another car. The defendant did pay for some of his new car, but not all of it. That's why he's here suing for the $4,128.47 he's still owed. This is the defendant, Gustavo Cabrejos. He says the plaintiff's trying to take advantage of him because he got a better car with upgrades like GPS and remote start. He paid the guy everything he owed for the new car, minus the upgrades. And now the louse he's known for 20 years is trying to bully him into paying more by filing this lawsuit. He's accused of not paying enough.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff loaned his car to a friend. The friend let his son drive it, and the son totaled it. The defendant says he's already paid up. It's the case of son of a gun.
Okay, Christopher Tardew, you are suing Gustavo Cabrejos for $4,128.47 that you believe he owes you on the balance of a car loan. Tell me what's going on.
Your Honor, in December of 2014, I left on vacation to go to my country, Trinidad and Tobago. And while I was gone for about a little bit more than a month, I left my car with Gustavo so that he can take his family around and do...
Were you two friends?
For about 20 years, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so that he can take his family around and do whatever Christmas things that he needs to do. And this is something that I have always done throughout the years since I've known him. Whenever I'm going away, I leave my car with him and stuff like that.
How come?
Because he's a friend. And in 2014, when I left the car with him, he allowed his son to drive the car.
How old's the son?
21.
Okay.
And his son got into an accident and the car was totaled. I called him on the phone from Trinidad and he told me about the news and he says, your son okay? He says, yeah, everything is fine. And he says, all right, I'm glad he's okay. He says, don't worry, I'll take care of everything, you know. So I came back to New York and I had to go to the insurance company because they wouldn't do anything unless I was there.
Right.
And finally, they came to a conclusion. They gave the value of the car was $10,406 with a $500 deductible. So I told Gustavo, says that I'm going to go look for a car. My vehicle is a 2007 Honda Odyssey, and I'm going to look for a similar car so that I can be made whole again. I called around New Jersey.
When you say made whole again, what did you pay initially for that car?
Their first car was...
the one that was crashed.
The one that was crashed, about $15,000.
$15,000. And how did you pay for that car?
He took a loan from the bank because at the time my credit rating wouldn't allow me to get a loan.
That's how close you guys are. The original car in question, the one that you left with him when you went to Trinidad, is a car that you were able to obtain because you took out a loan on your credit for you to be able to buy the car.
Yes.
And you had that car for how long before it was crashed? That car, we're talking about a van?
Yes.
Right, you'd had that van for how long before it was crashed?
I think for about 4 years.
Okay. And then the insurance company gave you the total loss value of the car on the day of the crash?
Yes.
Right. And now you were starting to tell me what else it takes to make you whole. Explain.
Right.
Go ahead.
To make me whole, because I need a car for my business. So I was looking for a car, another 2007 Honda Odyssey, with approximately the same amount of miles on it, right? At the time, my car had 95,000 miles on it. Then I found one in Brooklyn that was $10,500. The car had a whole bunch of stuff wrong with it. So I said, no, let me continue looking. North Shore Honda had one for the same price, $10,500. This time, the car was a Honda Odyssey Touring, in that it had a few more features in that there was electronic doors.
So what was the price of this car?
This car came up to a total of $17,000.
No, the price of the car was $14,000, but with financing, it became $17,000 because you were upgrading the car. Now, he ended up paying you how much because he felt responsible because of his son? How much did he pay you?
At the time when we went, he went with me to Honda North Shore, and at that time he paid $500 down there. And then from April month until October. In April month, he paid $2,259.
How much?
$259.70. And I told him, Honda told me that I couldn't make a lump sum payment not until October.
Because you still had that 10 grand in the bank, right?
Well, nine.
Or 9,900, whatever. All right,
Yeah.
so go on.
So I told Gustavo, so you pay $300 a month, and that would be
So he paid 500, then he paid 259.70, then he paid 300 how many times?
April, May, June, July, August, September, and October.
April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. 7 months worth of, so that's another 2,100. So how much total did you pay?
No, actually, April month he paid $259.70.
Oh, so, well, that wasn't my question. All right, so how much total did you pay?
$2,569.70.
Yeah, $2,559.70. Okay, so you paid that, then the insurance gave you the 10,000. I'm saying 10,000, I know it's 9,900. Let's just be accurate, 9,900. So now you lost a car worth 9,900, and you're now able, with between his money and the insurance company, to buy a car that's 12,000 something. But you're suing for the difference because you bought a Touring and it's 14,000 plus the financing. How is that making you whole and not making you way better than you were?
Okay, would you loan your car to a friend?
I would if it was a trusted friend and I laid down some ground rules.
Okay, that sounds good in theory. What do you say?
I definitely agree. If I trusted the friend and knew what they were going to use it for.
Who wouldn't? Anybody? You wouldn't. Why?
I mean, I think it depends on the car. If you have a Lambo, I don't. Nah.
Okay, only a junker. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
That phrase, make me whole, is what court is about. Court is about making you whole,
Right.
putting you in the position that you were in before the bad thing happened.
Yes.
Clearly the bad thing happened. Clearly it's his responsibility, even though his son crashed. By the way, why was your son driving it? Did he have permission to drive it or no?
Well, it was a New Year's Day Eve, and I went to visit him. So I was in the house. I told him to park the car across the street. It was a two-way truck. He
totaled the car, moving the car from one side of the street to the other? For real?
Somebody hit him in the back.
For real? That's how it got totaled? Just
Yes.
literally moving the car 20 feet to the other side of the street
ma'am.
parking?
Yes.
Wow, that is some bad luck. All right. Here's essentially what's happening. You loan him a car. He has a responsibility that's implied to make sure it doesn't get crashed. He loans it to his son. It gets crashed. So he's responsible for making you whole. But it sounds to you say that the agreement, if two people come up to a settlement, I have to enforce it. The thing is, you have a different opinion. Each of you have a different version of what the agreement is. Yours is, hey, I'm going to do this, and then the rest is up to you because you feel that he has upgraded and you admit that he has upgraded the car. He now has the Mac Daddy Honda, which is the Touring, instead of having the stripped down Honda, which he had before.
Yes.
And your feeling is, look, the car that was crashed is a $9,900 car. You're buying a $14,000 car, no problem. All right, I'll kick in some money, but I'm not kicking in $17,000, which is exactly what you're asking. You're asking for it not to cost you anything, to have a $14,000 car that costs you, by the way, because you don't have cash to put down, it costs you $17,000 for financing. That other $3,000 is the financing. So why would he be in a position where he has to do that? Why would I believe that's the settlement? It's so unreasonable.
The warranty on my vehicle, Your Honor.
The warranty on it?
Yeah, I had to buy a warranty for this, which cost $2,700.
My dear, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised that a 20-year friendship can go in the toilet over something like this. We're done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I find that the settlement agreement between the parties has been satisfied and the case is dismissed.
So the case is concluded. The plaintiff does not win. He's on his way out of the courtroom. Do you feel like you were being a little greedy in what you were trying to get from him?
I don't think so, because the thing about it, he put me in a position where I had to get a new car.
I know, but the judge really thinks you were asking for way too much, and that's really why she found the way she... The bottom line here.
Yeah.
What about your friendship with this guy? 20 years it's been going on.
Yeah, that's the... I told him from day one...
You going to be friends with him? Are you willing?
I hope so one day.
One day.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Our officer has some documents you must sign. Now here comes the defendant on his way out of the courtroom. You know, the real key here is same thing. It's a shame you had to go through this with a buddy.
Yes.
What now? Where do you stand?
I still consider him my friend. I mean, nothing changed.
Nothing has changed? Well, you know what? If you catch him outside, you can renew the friendship, okay?
Okay.
Go shake hands with him.
Thank you.
What do you think about that, Harvey?
Well, Doug, this is what I think. I think you are playing Russian roulette when you start loaning your car because you, as the owner, are responsible for what the person does behind the wheel. You are as responsible as them, and you will be sued if they get in an accident and hurt somebody.